Welcome to Aventime, where your host, Kat,
and Maddie
discuss a wide variety of topics.
I'm sorry, it happens.
I should have written it down after last time I remembered, but then I was like, writing down,
No, you got it. You just, when you gave it to me, like a burp was coming up, and it was like really bad. Yeah.
I completely blanked for a second after you said animatic. It's like, and then there's more. What's the more? Oh no, there's more.
No, it's fine. They
Excellent.
expect this level of professionalism.
We are professional.
Yep.
Oh,
Jesus.
So while I don't want this to be a news type podcasty thing, I gotta bitch about some stuff. So at least for a tiny itty bitty bit, we're gonna bitch about some stuff. And by weird, I mean me.
Yep. I will pitch in every now and then because I too say things.
Yes, you do, and I am appreciative of that because it's really hard to shut me up when I get going. Anyways, so in the world of media, we're having a consistent issue where we're starting to lose things. Old games are being destroyed because batteries are exploding in the cartridges and destroying the drives. Old shops are closing down, and games that were digital only are being lost forever with no backups. A server closed down, and a mobile game just gonna vanish in 4-ish months, and so this morning, for those of you, because this isn't gonna air for a bit, but it is March 22nd, and this morning, Dragalia Lost sent out a tweet that said, regarding Dragalia Lost's future, and no good news comes after the word regarding. Never, ever. So they were pretty much just saying they're going to finish the story by July, and then after the next banner, there's going to be no new content until they close it down. And it's sad because out of all the mobile games I've played, it's actually like a game. You move the characters around, you can dodge, you can, like, it's an actual game. If it were on console, it'd be called like a PS2 game because of the graphics, but like it's a game. You play it. You don't just, well, you can just hit auto and wait, but you don't have to. You can, and so I really enjoyed it. It's the only mobile game I've actually like gone, oh yeah, this is fun. The art's good, the music's good, and all of that after 4 months at some point is just gonna go away and never be accessible legitimately again. And that sucks.
Yeah.
I
come from there, luckily, where I am getting worried about my DS games, but by saying DS games, I am dating myself. I don't have to fully worry about the exploding Game Boy cartridges because I didn't grow up on those. I got a DS Lite even. I got a Wii, and all those Wii games, the DS stuff, like, they're doing that thing where it's just like, oh, it's out of date. We can make more money just by remaking it. Here, it's on the new system, you know? So I'm not losing stuff at the moment that way. Yet. My poor Mario Kart. But with digital stuff disappearing, I mean, I haven't played the Monster Hunter Online stuff, but I know those servers shut down. The DS store is shutting down. And eventually, you know, like you said in the pre-time before we recorded this.
We talk when we're not recording. Madness.
I know, weird, right? Eventually, sad face, MMOs, you know, stuff like WoW, Final Fantasy, things have already bit the dust, I think.
Absolutely.
You know, those stuff, you know, the things you sunk thousands of hours into, make friends, memories, those are probably going to disappear. And there's no saving it. There's no backup. You just got whatever you recorded on your computer, and you can't play it ever again.
And if the company's a real asshole, if you have a private server, they'll shut that down too. Like, it's frustrating because, like, I understand that companies have the right and the need to make money and deserve to be paid for the work they do. But when you're not offering it to us in any legitimate fashion and you won't let us do the other options of playing it, like, there comes a point where this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
And like I don't think it'll happen anytime soon because WoW is truly massive. But one day the server will shut down. The game will stop. Bungie will cease be or not Bungie, Blizzard will stop being.
Bungie.
Look, they will start with B. You can't fault me for that.
I
But yeah,
can't. You're right.
Activision Blizzard will stop for whatever stupid reason that they come up with. They'll stop doing it. And like you said, those thousands of hours and the memories will be all that you have left.
Yep.
And it's really frustrating because like I have a friend, Matt, who I knew that the batteries that contain the save files of games were dying, and therefore people were losing their save data. I didn't know about this exploding battery thing until I don't know, a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, "Yeah, I will legitimately take all of your old games and replace the batteries for you, so you don't have it happen." And I'm like, "That's great, but we're in a global panini, so
Yeah.
maybe a little later."
The global panini really strikes true into the heart of every hobbyist. Oh god, I hit my mic.
Yeah. Oh no.
Um, I mean, except like, yeah, I'm pretty sure MMOs got like a huge boost during the
Oh,
panini
absolutely. I,
because
I I think anything that was online and solo, or at least a community, but you were still apart, anything like that probably got a huge boost from these past 2 years.
yeah,
But that doesn't change the fact that eventually WoW's gonna go away, or WoW's gonna change its gameplay mechanics to something that is unrecognizable from the game that you enjoy playing. And I hope that doesn't happen. Because there's nothing worse than it's like, oh, and now we're gonna add these features, and it's like, okay, but you could have just kept it the same, or like given us the option. I'm a big one for options because sometimes options are a good way to make everybody happy, but I get that's expensive.
yeah.
Mm.
The whole, not the whole. What is it? I'm not saying the whole point. The whole progression system of WoW kind of is they take your money, they give you an expansion, and you're expecting the expansion to change something.
Of course.
It's gonna add systems. It's gonna change class powers because that's everyone cries out for retuning because at some point your class is shit. Except
Right.
for druids, fucking druids. But you know, always people new retuning, different stuff, new powers. There hasn't been a new race or class in a while. Well, that's a lie. Allied races have been a thing, but new class hasn't happened in a while. But something's gonna change. What world you go to, what what your class could look like, the talents maybe. Every expansion is something different.
Right.
Cataclysm did do that thing where people got upset because their beloved world, their World of Warcraft, quite literally got exploded because hey, that was the story
Yeah.
at the time, but it did change the landscape quite literally, and you could not go back to the previous version. All those quests gone. They had to change stuff.
I
I
remember when WoW Classic dropped, and like one of the first things I saw a streamer I follow do was go to a town that had been destroyed. Like
mm-hmm.
that's crazy. Anyways,
Yeah.
continue, sorry.
Well, no, it's like, well, exactly, right? Like, South Shore was like a fun thing. Oh, did I don't know if South Shore got destroyed in the Cataclysm, but like, places you knew and love. Barrens, South Shore, uh, Ogrimmar changed, though it changed for like, quote unquote, the better because it was no longer a hole in the dirt. It was like fortified and had like horde stuff on it, and I was like, okay, that's neat. But it's basically what you said, right? It was
Hmm.
content that got destroyed because they thought for the narrative people were tired of it, they wanted to change, but there was no way to go back. Zilch.
Yeah.
And
And like
I
it's fine if there's some way of allowing people to go back, but like you said, that's it. New
yeah.
players don't ever get to experience those towns, I assume.
Mm-hmm. So people like me who were way too young to play, really, vanilla through Lich King. I joined in Lich King, so technically I was able to see part of it. But let's be honest, I joined in Lich King, which means I made a Death Knight because,
Right.
it's the first hero class and it looked sick. But that also means you didn't level from 1 to 50 or 60 or however late. I think you were like 58 as a Death Knight. And you
Really?
should start at 1. Yeah, because it was the first hero class. So you were able to create a Death Knight, play through the special Death Knight scenario, and then just immediately join like the Lich King, like the fight against the Lich King, which was
Okay.
cool. Story wise, neat. But it means I didn't experience WoW Classic, WoW Vanilla at all. I experienced none of it. Then
Right.
Cataclysm hit, and it's like, okay, that's all gone.
Yeah.
I don't have nostalgia for any of it, so whatever. Am I right? But then you get older, you realize about all these things you missed, and you're like, damn it. I well, couldn't really do anything about it, but you feel a little sad.
For
Hence
sure.
why when WoW Classic got announced finally, because I wasn't gonna go unofficial on servers. Yes, I know people did that. Yes, I know Blizzard was a dick and shut them down. Um, but I basically got it for free because I played regular WoW, so I got WoW Classic
Right.
for free, and it was official, and I didn't feel weird about it. So I was like, great, I'll try this. I'll see what's the hubbub. And my brothers who did play WoW Vanilla are like, it's different. And I was like, no, you know nothing. It's gonna be great. And I jumped in as a rogue because I don't know why, but I did. I think because we were actually trying to make a good class, like a family team.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and so people were other classes, and I didn't want to step on their toes. So I was like, okay, I'll play a rogue. Holy crap. When they say, man, you listen, you pull one extra mob and you're dead, they're not kidding. They're not. You run in and you're like, I'm invisible. Okay, I'm gonna kill this kobold. Okay, got the kobold. Oh, he's hurting me. I'm gonna back up a little bit. I pulled another kobold. I'm dead.
Rip.
That's the beginning of that's WoW Classic. That's vanilla, and it felt bad, but at the same time, I'm just like, wow, this is what it was like. I actually have to think. I actually have to use my abilities. Whoa, this is like cool, and the talent system's neat. You could like because the talent point system was complete. Like that's how it was. It was like a
Hmm.
point system, and you could put it in any tree. So you didn't have. And right now in WoW, you basically say, I want to be DPS. Boom, you're in the DPS specialization. I want to be
Oh, I
healer.
didn't
Boom,
realize
you're in the
that.
healer specialization. And you only get choices within that sort of specialization. In classic slash vanilla, you got like points every level, and you got access to each tree, any tree, and you could just put points wherever. Of course, if you spent them badly, you were gonna be crap,
Hmm.
but you could do it, and it also costs a lot. Like it also if you made a mistake and it's like I want all my points back. You could go back to the person. And it's like, you sure? Okay, it's free this time, but the next time it's like, all right, 5 gold. The next time, all right, 10 gold. And gold in vanilla is like, whew, it is hard to get.
I remember that because, like, my experience with WoW is a friend let me play it on her computer once, and I was like, "Yeah, this isn't for me." But fun game for those who enjoy MMOs. But that's the thing. Like, she showed me her character. I'm like, "Is that all the gold you have? But you've been playing so much." And she's like, "Yeah, I know,
Just like, yeah,
I know."
yeah, it, yeah. And I don't know. I am a sucker. Uh, I am a sucker, I guess, for games that are hard. I don't
Okay.
know. Um, it felt good. Like it felt like no freebies were given. You had to work to get things you wanted. If you wanted a mount when you were level 40, you needed to save. You needed to work the auction house. You needed to sell your crafting materials, or you need to sell like your profession skills. Back then, professions meant something. You had to actually talk to people to get in groups, right? You had to do things. The game wasn't going to give it to you. You had to
Right.
do things to be successful. And that felt satisfying. It felt great. Um and just it's weird because people played through classic. People who played classic have already played classic, most of them, right? I didn't. But
Hmm.
I heard the stories. I knew how it was supposed to go down. I knew you had to, type looking for group. I knew you had to type looking for work. General chat was actually used. People weren't generally shitlords. There weren't a lot of gatekeeping. Like if you wanted
Oh
to join a
wow.
raid, it's like hey, I want to do this. I'm this, but you had to prove that you actually were built like semi correctly. Like you had to say, okay, I'm built this way. I do this, and if you're not completely clueless, they'll be like, okay, come on in. And like cuts weren't generally made. People had a good time. People knew the fights. They knew how it worked, which meant the raids were generally way easier because they didn't
Oh,
change
okay.
them. But like there wasn't a lot of gatekeeping. The most of the community was like great. It felt like a slice of this is the time, except it's a little easier because everyone knows what to do. But this is like how it was like. This is how people acted. This is what you did, and it was really fun. And I did it. And I joined the raids, and I just typed to people, and I got my cool rogue swords. And my family had like every Saturday we'd go into the hardest dungeon to try and get things for each other, and it was like so much fun.
Aw.
You know, Blizzard gave people a chance to be like, okay, you can keep your character on classic. We'll keep classic servers open, or you could go on to Burning Crusade, and that's great. I'm glad they did that. I would never want to play Burning Crusade because you know what? Burning Crusade is literally right there. It is content that hasn't changed in retail. It's exactly the same. They haven't done anything to it. Classic felt so good because it was like the world you couldn't experience anymore. It was the systems. Now, to be fair, their Burning Crusade, classic Burning Crusade, will have the Burning Crusade systems, right? If you go into Burning Crusade now, you'll have the new systems. But like the world looks exactly the same. The quests are exactly the same.
Right.
Dungeons, everything's so it didn't have quite that like magic that classic had for me. I know people went into it and played it and they had fun, and that's great. But
out of curiosity, assuming it had been the other way around, where you had played classic, like if you had played WoW from the very start with those classic systems in place, and it moved to what WoW is now, do you think that would change how you feel about WoW now, or make it better or worse? Like, do you think that if it had been the other way around, would you have a different opinion?
Maybe. Uh Maybe. I probably would have been. See, because you have to also factor in the other side of what I've actually gotten tired of that point system. Because at the time they changed it because the loud minority
Yeah.
was saying I'm tired of the point system. This is blah 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 blah. We want something new. Blah 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 blah. So I don't know. I loved that system, playing it because I knew what I was stepping into. I knew this is WoW Classic. This is how it was. This is what I need to do. It's very zip. But stuff like that's in retail right now, I don't think you could do with that system just because the content I enjoy in retail, let's see, raids have gotten, they had to keep getting more creative, unique, out there, crazy, and players change to we know what we're doing. We're gonna mid max because humans will ruin every game. Yeah. So like then they had Blizzard had to change the way they designed raids, and then raids, people complained that they couldn't get into raids anymore because like before you had to be serious to join raids, but now people wanted to join raids not being super serious, and then of course gatekeeping started to happen and all that stuff. So like raids started to change, new content started to merge, this Mythic Plus, which is like dungeon runs, 5-man dungeon teams, but you have basically this stone that says what level it is, and as you get higher, like things do more damage, have more health, and new, like they're called fixes, so like new things start to pop, like volcanoes spawn underneath you, or a tornado will spawn, and if you hit it, you get flung in the air, which could ruin your movement or something. So I have a blast with Mythic Plus because I have a group of friends I play with, but you have to like change stuff on the fly. Oh, this dungeon's happening. Okay, I need to change this talent. Oh, we have these people. Okay, I need to switch to tank. Oh, these affixes are in play. Well, I'm gonna need to change my like soul binds, which is a player system, a new system for this expansion. It's designed now that you need to be able to swap things rapidly in order to match the content you prefer.
Instead of old, where it was like, well,
You're
you've got what
locked.
you're got, and good luck.
Yeah, you
Have
got what you
fun.
got. Get in there, have fun. Uh,
Um,
yeah.
I don't think it was like early days, but I remember like it must have been out for at least 4 years at this point, maybe five,
Mm-hmm.
where I was trying to chill with a friend, and it's like, oh, I can't. It's raid night,
Yep. That still
and they'll
happens.
kick me out of the guild if I don't do it, and I'm like,
That's extreme.
that's a little much, and they're like, yeah, it is, but it's what I've got. And it's like that's still much.
Yeah. Some nowadays you basically can join things depending on what you want to do, right? You could join guilds depending on if you want to do the hardcore raids,
Yeah.
if you want to be casual, or if you want to RP, or if you
And,
want to
and to be
PvP.
fair, I think she was in a group that was like trying to be hardcore. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I get it, but at the same time, the like again, MMOs aren't my thing because I know me, I have either 0 or 100 and no in between.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't afford to lose that much time to an MMO.
Yep.
So like I know my friends are playing and it's like, oh yeah, well maybe it would be fun to try it again now that like it's a little not easier. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but like the mechanics aren't as hard for me to
It's
wrap my head around.
it's like term casual is thrown around like a sin, like you filthy casual, but like WoW is like a little bit casual, is more casual friendly than, of course, vanilla.
Right.
um you could hop in and things will pop up being like, hey, you want to, welcome to the game, do this, and then
Instead
you could
of
look up a
instead of
guild.
casual, we could talk it's accessible.
Yeah,
Like
it's accessible. That's a good one.
that's a good one. But like and so but then I heard these stories about cuz all my friends were in the same guild, right? And they were all hardcore and I'm like, yeah, I can't. And
Mm-hmm.
now with Final Fantasy 14, the critically acclaimed JRPG that you can try for free for. Anyways,
Yeah.
same thing. It's like, look, I would love to join in your fun little game, but I can't. I can't. For my
Mm-hmm.
own mental health, I cannot. So I will not, but I hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
And as people who played Final Fantasy know, their world can be wiped. Final Fantasy 11 was a thing, and then it wasn't, and now we have 14.
That's yeah, that's part of the story of 14.
I know, yeah. I've seen the ending cutscene for 11 and beginning cutscene for 14, right? Like,
Yeah.
and that is cool. The fact that they took something, it's like, yes, this game is unplayable in any form legitimately, but look, we made it better. And I've heard it's much better. Like, people hated 11 when it first came out, so of course they were gonna shit can it so fast. I
Yeah.
get that. But it still sucks that I'm sure there were lots of people who enjoyed 11 and would have played it either for a fee or on a personal server if they had been allowed.
Mm-hmm.
But no, the second the server goes down, that's it. Gone forever. Unless people, of course, like I used to way back in the day, I used to play a little game called Ragnarok Online.
That's
See?
adorable.
I'm not completely ignorant to MMOs. It was a private server though.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like the true MMO experience. There wasn't a whole bunch of us. But like I get it. It was fun, but the second the private server went down, that was it. I never talked to any of those people again.
Yeah.
Like, and that bums me out, man.
Yeah. The
I'm sad
games.
about Dragalia.
The games. Yeah, I know you're so upset about Dragalia lost. Uh, yeah. Living in an age where now we're questioning whether the stuff, because it's funny, internet. Oh man, internet. If it's on the internet, it's gonna be there forever.
Nope.
Is it? Won't the internet run out of space eventually? Like,
Or
there's
the server that holds that part of it will just be
or
shut
just
down
explode.
because
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So like digital digital is great. It's portable. I'm thinking like in terms of certain medias, right?
Yes, absolutely.
It's portable. It's like on demand. You could filter things. You could edit things. You could do all this stuff. But unless you have it in your hands,
You don't
you
actually own it.
you don't know if it's going to be there the next day. You just don't.
They legitimately could revoke all access to Ascendance of a Bookworm ebooks and take it off my Kindle. And even though I've bought the books, I don't actually own. I am licensing that.
Yeah.
And that's and yeah, Amazon will this won't happen, but like in a reductio ad absurdum argument, Amazon could shut down tomorrow and everything that they do could stop working and I'd be fucked. All of my ebooks would be gone because I
Yep.
have a Kindle.
Yep.
And it just sucks living in a world where I am running out of space. I would love to buy digital games. A lot of the reason why I don't is because space is finite, especially on something like a Switch, which is the tiniest fucking hard drive ever.
Oh,
Um
I just stuck a 125 SD card in there. Boop.
yeah, no, I'll probably do the same. I just haven't yet. Like I don't have one to put in there, so it's like
Yeah, that's fair. I had some lying around.
that is also fair. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I would buy more games digitally, but no, I have to buy them physically, which means I have to take up physical space in the real world. But at least I own the game. At least I can put in the game, assuming that they don't be like, "Oh, this game isn't updated anymore. Sorry, shit out of luck." And that is actually an issue that has happened with physical media. Some DRM companies stop like they close down.
Mm-hmm.
So if your DRM needs this company to authenticate your copy and they're not around to do that anymore, they're going to think it's a pirated copy and there your however many bucks game that you bought is no longer accessible because we live in a dystopian hellscape.
Wow.
And now CDs are degrading. Like what the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought like I get it. Everything ends in entropy and digital rot hits everything. I understand this, but it's still really frustrating when it's like you do everything in your power to try and back this stuff up. So it exists. So it continues to be around and everything in the universe is like, no,
No.
no.
All things must come to an end.
Yeah, exactly. And then you also have certain companies, I don't need to name names, Nintendo, who are like, "Oh, we don't want you doing the bad things because, you know, there are games and we don't want you playing them without our permission." It's like, "Okay, well then give them to me in a way where I can give you money and play the games." And they're like, "No, we're not going to do that either."
Now, how about no?
Like, why are you making it so hard for me to throw money at you?
Yeah.
I just want to preserve the games. And if that's through emulation, if that's through ripping content off of these things that will eventually just with time be destroyed. Like, ah,
Yeah.
I don't want your Gallia to end. Like, to be okay. The last time I'll bring it up. But
Okay.
the story, like, you could feel it was ending. It
Mm-hmm.
for the past year it's been like, oh, we're coming to the climax of the prince's story. Like we just defeated Satan. Where do you go from there?
You just defeat a bigger Satan, don't you know? That's how
Yeah,
everything works.
that is pretty much what's going on right now. It's like, okay, so we're gonna create a new world and then the game's gonna shut down. Great. Excellent. Yeah, no, this is fine, but it's like if I have actually one art book for the series, but it ends about a year into the game. Well, it's
Mm-hmm.
a gotcha game, so like they've been doing more events, they've been adding more characters. At least give me another art book. Like give me something so that cuz that's part of why I love this game. The art is so good. I mentioned in the before times before we started streaming that I spent a shit ton of money on CDs. I bought all the music for the game because I really like the music from the game and I'm not going to be able to hear it after 4 months. Uh
Yeah, when it's on a phone, it's really hard to record that shit.
Plus, I do like supporting in a legitimate fashion the thing, but it's like it's just frustrating because like they've mentioned that after this next banner on the 31st, there's no more new banners, which fine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they haven't stopped the ability for us to give them money. That's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Um, and it's not, and the game was making money. It's just like they're done with it, so bye. And if they had just said we're not updating it anymore but we'll keep the servers open for however long, fine. Okay, but I won't be surprised if it's closed in August. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're saying they're going to keep it open past July, but after the story ends, like yeah, what's the point?
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's for the music.
Yeah,
The
oh, the
point is
music
for the
is really
music.
really good. I enjoy it. It's very cute and I love all the characters and it's just annoying that there's nothing we can do.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard, I assume, to completely back up a mobile game like this because I know there have been attempts in the past for people to save games that they like that they knew were shutting down.
Mm-hmm.
It it's one of those things where I'm just sad that it's going to be lost forever because it's too expensive to keep the server running, and I get that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just like,
But I'm
damn.
unhappy about it.
I am unhappy about it because I don't play any other mobile games. I've tried Princess Connect. It was boring. I tried Near and I hit a wall and I couldn't get any further and that was annoying, so I stopped. I tried Trails of Cristoria. That shit only lasted a year. I don't even think it made it to its first year anniversary. Somebody can correct me, of course, but yeah, and also it was so poorly optimized that playing it for 5 minutes made my tablet run so hot. It was ridiculous. Like,
Oh, jeez.
and the worst part about Cristoria, just on a tangent for that, it would have been a really good Tales of game. It had a really good dark plot.
Oh,
Like,
did it now?
yeah, because it's like, okay, well, we just killed our adopted father. That's fun.
Oh, that sounds great.
It was great. And well, it was fine, but it was mobile gotcha game bullshit, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
had all that predatory crap in it. And yeah, it was just like this would have been great as its own game, but instead you wanted to get that gotcha money to milk those whales and now there's no Cristoria. You have an anime that you've made. Great, good for you. But
Did people
they
actually
could
watch
take
that?
hmm?
Did people actually watch that?
I didn't. So I don't know. Like maybe they did, but it's frustrating where it feels like I don't necessarily think Psy Games is like, oh, we want all the money because they have Grand Blue. Like they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
They could put out whatever games they want. They have Grand Blue. They're fine.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. And there are other mobile games like Fire Emblem Heroes. Not to hate on that game, but it got real boring real fast. And I love Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's one of my favorite games.
Oh, yeah. A
So
lot of sword boys.
so many sword boys, many of them with fire and emblems. It's very, very common for some reason. I can't figure out why.
No.
But that game, which released, I think, shortly after Dragalia, is still around and probably still will be around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because you don't need to make little 3D models that you actually fully control in a 3D space with new maps and new
Yeah.
gimmicks and new bosses and all that shit.
Yeah. Like a game. Like a
Like a
real game.
game. Like a real game that you really play.
Yeah.
Look, all I want is a Switch port, Psy Games. Just give me a Switch port of Dragalia, take out the microtransaction bullshit, and I'll be happy. I will shut up about wanting my game.
Take out the microtransaction. Well, how do they get their money?
Yeah, right.
That's the only way you get money, right?
It,
Microtransactions?
on that topic, I know we talked about tangents before we started recording, but we didn't discuss what tangents were going to happen. Did you see
Yes.
the BS they pulled with Chocobo racing?
In what game? I know
Uh,
Final Fantasy, but like what?
No, it's a game like I think it's just called Chocobo Racing. It's for the Switch. They literally made a mobile game, but
Yeah.
like are charging full. I don't know if it's full price or if it's a budget title at $40. It has microtransactions. If you want certain characters, you have to buy the season pass. It's apparently a fun racing game, but it's like, why are you targeting a game at children and then trying to milk every penny out of them? Especially a full
Because
price, I think, game.
yeah, because money. Because it people are just awful.
Yeah.
Those people are just awful.
Looks like it's called Chocobo GP.
Chocobo GP.
And it's on the Switch. It released earlier this month on the 10th. And yeah, it's like you open it up and it's just a screen of like, oh, get your diamonds and for a special price. And oh, you want
Give me your
Cloud?
yeah. Oh my god. You want Cloud. What a jerk.
Yeah. or Squall, then you got paid reals money. That's the only way to get them. No in-game currency, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been annoyed at microtransactions since they because I remember in the before times when the things were just in the game and you
Yeah.
unlock them or there was a password. And now it's like, you want this costume? Pay us $5.
Pay us money, please.
So I'm a very jaded old lady who saw what it was and is seeing what it's becoming and is getting more and more terrified that I'm not going to be able to play any of my fucking games because they're all going to be microtransaction, mobile game, gotcha bullshit that will disappear in a year.
Or they're gonna be unfinished and then
Yep.
put in DLC, paid DLC to finish the game. And you're
Absolutely.
just like, pardon me? Did you just not finish my game?
Yeah. No, this is the prologue. If you want the rest of the story for this game you spent anywhere from $60 to $100 on, you gotta spend another 30.
Yeah.
Just cause. Oh, it's on the disc. No, it's done. You just gotta spend more money.
You just got just the money. Just give us some money.
Just give us some money. And
Ew.
and sometimes I get it. I'm not saying all microtransactions are bad. I spent a little money on Dragalia, I want to say $15. I don't begrudge it that money. But I do begrudge when a game I've already spent full price or even budget title price on tries to milk more money out of me. That makes me a little bitter. Let's go with bitter.
I can go with bitter. Upsetty.
Upsetty.
Upsetty spaghetti.
Upsetty.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, what can you do? Everything leads to entropy.
World's going to hell.
Yeah.
What is there? Is there joy in this life?
No, apparently there is not.
Dress up, darling.
Well, okay, yes, Dress Up Darling did bring a lot of joy this past week. I don't think I've ever laughed so loud or just when she was covering her mouth in that one scene, so was I, because I was trying
you're just
desperately not to scream.
You're especially, yeah. I'm sure every woman watching that are probably gonna cover their mouths, and every guy watching that is gonna be like, "Oh God,
Give me a minute."
Yeah, it's like, oh God. Okay, well, no, we're gonna go over this. We're gonna go over this when we finish, and we'll have the go over the anime. Yeah.
But I'm gonna be so sad because it feels like it's gonna end next week, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that. I want more.
I hate that. I hate that.
Give me season 2.
It's the same thing with Faraway Paladin, where it's just like, we're in the story. I'm like, yeah, all right, we're ready to go. Okay, we got a whole, quest. I understand. We got so much more to do. It's over?
It's over.
But you have so much more to do.
And the best part is, it didn't do very well, so we're probably not going to get another season of it.
Oh.
I'm hoping we do, because sometimes whether or not something does well doesn't matter. Sometimes they've already planned for it. They've already set it up. They just need the time to make it, so... But yeah, I'm getting ready to read the light novel of that just because I'm like, I want to know what happens next.
Yeah.
He's such a good boy. I want to know what happens next.
Yeah. You're just like, yeah. I just want to.
And the thing with Dress Up Darling, we don't have that option. There is no manga, I don't think.
Yeah, but I think it's doing well, right?
It's doing really well.
Yeah, so these... You gotta season 2, please. I have yet to see besides Love is War and stuff. It's just like I've yet to see seasons of things that I'm like, I've been waiting for. Where's my Yona? Where's my Snow White? Where's all this other stuff?
Why do you gotta hit us where it hurts, Betty?
Because the mangas are out. They're there. You can make anime out of them. And
absolutely.
You're not. You should. They did well.
That's the thing. Yona did really well in its season, and so did Snow White. But I think in one of those cases, the studio went on to work on My Hero Academia.
God damn My Hero! Nobody even cares. Jeez.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Maddie, but I think some people might in fact care.
No, you guys should no one cares. No one cares. Ugh.
Yeah, no, what kills me about Yona, and I've mentioned this many times, is they just introduced Zeno.
Yeah, they quite
boy.
literally just introduced him. And it's just
There's
like,
more, and
man.
that's it. No more for like however many years it's been so far. 7.
Yeah, but I showed you the OVAs.
Yes, yes,
Those are
yes.
nice.
They are nice.
But
2015. 2015.
God, there's so much. There's like so. Yona's gone so far. There's like so many arcs. It's just like
I
holy
know they
shit.
could easily have like not just another 26 episodes. They could have another 52 episodes
Oh
easily.
my god,
We've been
easily.
trying.
Oh man, God.
Like for those who are unaware, the manga like we go to the water place, and then we go and we deal with the north shit, and now we're in a place where I never expected us to be.
Are you?
And things are
Oh
happening.
Yeah. They're reading the journal. Yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's some good stuff right there. Yeah.
It feels like some good stuff right there, and like animate it. Give me more.
Just give me the water arc, man. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
honestly.
Like, the one time Yona gets hurt, and I'm just like, that's so tasty.
And not only does she get hurt, like I was surprised that she pulled through as well as she did, and I'm glad she did. But at the same time,
okay.
like a scar or two would have been, like a visible scar or two would have been nice. But yeah, no, I also the cat girl. I want to see her animated. She's not a cat girl, but she has a lot of cats. The princess. The other princess. The other princess.
Yeah.
Oh man. No, that
damn it.
So many good arcs. Easily
yeah,
another
there's like a lot. There's a lot. And like God damn it. I'm still so upset that I'm like so far ahead of you and I still haven't seen the prophecy.
Oh my god.
I said nothing. It's nothing. I mean, good stuff's happening, but I'm like, okay, is this ever gonna happen? Because Jesus Christ.
No, it's never gonna happen.
There's no shield.
That's the thing. I'm like, who I had a theory of who the shield is gonna be. I'm wrong considering what's going on right now. I'm like, oh, okay, but then what is going, like, give me a crumb, an itty bitty bit. Come on.
You got nothing. I need to read there's another thing that came out and I'm wondering like, is this the moment? Is it gonna happen? Is this the time? So I'm like really excited about that. Hey, has Yona crap. I think so, because she already got like kidnapped in Kai, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, they already did the confession. Okay, great.
Yes.
Good. Excellent.
That was good.
That was good.
Lots of squeeing. Lots of
good.
E's and ahs and oh my god.
Yeah. I loved the thing after the fact where it's just like, I can't talk. Why can't I talk? And it's just like, sorry, princess, you have smoke inhalation. She's like, no, I didn't say the thing.
Oh. I will say, because I did originally read ahead until it got localized. That's usually when I stop reading those. Not always, not to me. But I mean, come on, give me a break. One of the things that made me upset about the localization, and I understand the choice of this, but I think the fan subbers had the better idea. I believe the fan subbers call her Lily instead of Riri.
Oh yeah, they call her Lily. I thought it was Lily. Was it not Lily?
In English localization of the manga, they call her Riri. I think if they did the anime, they would call her Lily, because water
Lily. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, Lily. That makes perfect sense.
So yeah, that was the one thing I was like, oh, I understand why you did that, and it's probably correct, but I like what the fan subbers did more in this case.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah.
Sometimes you just, no translation is perfect.
Yeah.
And I know they're doing their best. Both fan subbers and legit subbers. Like, no hate on either side. Just a little hate on that one change.
just need more.
And it's not hate. It's just like I thought it was Lily.
I still like Akira better as the Joker protagonist than Ren.
But now you have a puppy named Ren, and when I say puppy, I mean doggo. But
I
you
have
know,
a doggo named Ren, and that is my doggo. He steals hearts.
he does steal hearts. How could that face? That face.
Yeah, he has a very
Face.
heart steely face. He'll just look at you, and it's just like, I know what you
Now,
want.
did you ever play Royal or
No,
Scramble or any of those ones?
no,
Nope.
nope. I watched Sal play Royal for a
Hmm.
time, and he got to Madarame, but he has a bad case of forgets to save.
Oh no!
And he did Monterey's Palace, all of it without saving.
No!
And then his
No!
PS4 or 5 crashed,
No!
and he's just like, I'm so mad right now. And I was like, when's your last save? Do you not save every night? And he's like, no, I forget. And I'm like, you need to fix that. You need to fix that problem. Because it happens with his work, too.
Often.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I haven't played it either. I was just curious because I know how much you loved Persona 5.
I did. I don't, the memories, it was good the way it was. There's another waifu. I don't need it.
And to be fair, that is a fair statement. It was good the way it was. It was I have my issues with P5 specifically. It feels like they cut out the ending so that they could
part. Yeah.
so that they could tack it on to Royal. I don't love that, gonna be honest. But
when someone approaches me, is like, "Have you played Royal yet?" I was like, "No, but I played the original." Oh man, you missed some stuff, and I'm like, "Well, it should have been in the original."
Exactly. It's like, had the gap between Royal and the original been a bit bigger, I think I would have been like, okay, I understand why they've added all this stuff. But it was like, what, 4 years, 3 years?
It was like not even that long.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, "Are you gonna do the fighting game, right?" Nope, Royal. What?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Oops.
And yeah. And Scramble, I've heard good things about it, but I'm not a big Muso game player. That being said, I will be playing Fire Emblem Three Hopes because I would like a route where they all get together and be friends. That appeals to me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I think because I was just kind of on P5's ending, I didn't like rush to get Scramble. And also, I don't want to play a game like that on a Switch. I want to play a game like that on a PS4, and I don't think it's on PS4. Let's see. Typity type type. Yeah. Oh, it is on PS4, but
well,
yeah.
there you go.
I still don't want to play.
That's fine. It reminds me of when I ask a question to Sal, and he immediately responds. Like, he immediately responds one way. You're right. So it's like, did you do this? Or it's like, not did you do? It's like, hey, does this monster do this? And he's like, no. Actually, yeah, sorry. And I'm like, then why did you answer instantly? Take a second to think.
Yeah, like, think about what I said and then answer.
You're just showing me. I mean, at least he, like, immediately does the right answer, so he is listening, but, like, it's just really funny. It's just, like, the immediate response, and it's just like, actually, no, that's wrong. And I'm like, what? Then why did you say it?
You said it with such conviction, too.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Just like, all right. Don't know how I feel about that, but I've like jokingly been like, listen, I need you to think for a second when I ask you a question.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question. I want you to count to 10 before you answer it.
Yeah. So the same thing. So So you're just like, when you're like, it's not on PS. It's similar. It's like, it's not on PS4, so I didn't buy it. Oh, it is. Well, I'm still not gonna buy it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, just say your actual meaning.
Well, I won't buy it for full price. I would probably buy it for a major discount.
Yeah.
Like $5 to $10. Because it's not the type of game I like.
Yeah.
But I've heard it's good. I just, yeah. Oh,
I've heard it's good too.
There is one thing I probably should have led with before I dropped the topic I wanted to talk about because I wanted to bitch about Dragalia going away. Rune Factory 5.
Oh, yeah.
Are you excited? Are
I
you
am
gonna
so
play
pumped.
it?
I'm gonna play it. It's on the Switch. I still haven't played.
For special or whatever?
No, I started playing that, but like once I play a game for the story, and then it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, the new one's out, and I was like, damn it, but I already know the story though.
Yeah,
So
I'm
like,
the
I
same
always
way.
get held back.
I don't tend to buy upgrades for that exact same reason.
But no, I have Horizon Forbidden West, and I really should be playing
Oh,
it, and I just haven't yet. And I'm like, whoopsie doodle.
that's like me
Yeah.
and Neo Twoey. I have it. It's there. I could play it. I could play it right now. Am I gonna? No. But it's there.
Nope.
I will play
Yep.
it one day, not today.
Yep.
Maybe I'll beat Arceus today. No, I won't.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go back and play the Great Ace Attorney too. Nope, not happening.
I'll do it. No, I'll get there. It'll happen.
Yeah, no, brains are
but
weird.
I am really excited. I think I will play Rune Factory 5 just because when it's on a Switch, it's like way easier to just take somewhere and like do it and play it, you know.
Yeah,
so,
just
like,
chill somewhere and yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna farm. I'm gonna do my farm. I'm gonna get my husband though.
Do you know which one you're going for or not yet?
I keep forgetting.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple. Is there one with like a beard? There's like an older one with like a beard.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the characters because I will probably get it, just like I was gonna get Rune Factory 4 Special.
Yeah.
And I totally did that. Oh. Bachelors. Okay, Google, come on. Okay, well, fine. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like there's like a furry looking one with like ears and purple hair. And there's an older guy with a bit of a like line beard. It's not like it doesn't come off of his face, but it's a line beard. And then there's one with like what I could describe as a butterfly flip on his hood. And then I assume that's the main character. I don't think that's, or maybe it is a bachelor. I don't know. I don't know.
I usually decide once I get in there, and then like you see their personalities, and yeah,
you can't always just tell from looking on the outside, right?
Yeah, because I thought I was gonna go with the butler boy for 4, and then I was like, no. Horse guy. He has such a cold exterior, and I need to crack that exterior open.
I can fix him.
I can fix him. And then I did.
Yes, awesome.
So satisfying.
Yeah, like based on what I'm seeing in the things, if I were to pick one, I'd probably go with Reinhard, who seems like this knight type with a cape. I like capes.
You like capes? Does he have silver hair?
He does not. The silver hair one has a like butterfly hair clip thing, and it's very pretty, but he's a little too pretty for me. Like there's a balance of pretty.
Yep.
Ooh, Reinhardt also has red eyes. I do like red eyes. Yeah. But yeah, no, none of them screamed to me like, oh, this will be your favorite. Like,
yep.
When I saw the new cast for the new Kiseki game, I was like, oh shit, Aaron's gonna be my favorite. I can tell. Look at him. He's my favorite. I don't even know a thing about him. He's my favorite.
I don't make the rules. He's my favorite.
I don't make the rules. He's got long red hair and in a good fashion sense, he's gonna be an asshole and I'm gonna love him.
Yep.
And he's also probably gonna be broken beyond belief, but that's for future me to find out. Yeah, as you do. As you do. It's a JRPG. You can't not be broken in a JRPG.
You almost have to be broken.
Unless your name is Elliot Craig, I guess.
Yeah. He's a good boy.
He's just a good boy. Little cinnamon roll to give you pinch of cheeks.
He keeps my party alive.
Yes, exactly. I was so sad. I couldn't fit him in my party in CS4, and I'm like, my baby!
It's like impossible. It's like there's no way you can fit everybody you want in your party.
That's the thing. There's so many fucking characters. The final battle of the game, I'm looking at you can pick any of these characters, and there was 40 fucking characters! I'm not kidding!
They know how to make a game.
Everyone is here except for Kevin. Oh my god. I was like, I can't. And like that game, it allows you for the last fight to pick like 3 different parties of 6 characters. So it's like, it's still
6 characters.
Too many. Yeah.
Oh god.
I think it's 6 each. It might be 4 each, but yeah, either way, it's like, oh my God, this is too much. I can't. You can't. No, please.
You can't make me.
But yeah, no, in my main party it was like I couldn't fit Elliot. I did fit Fee, who became permanent party member with her delay shit. I love that. But of course,
nothing.
Yeah,
I haven't played the game, so I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know anything.
I don't.
I was gonna say who my other permanent party member is, but nope.
Oh, but spoilers.
Yeah, technically. I mean, everybody knows, but whatever.
We'll
pretend that we have.
Is it the masked man?
It might be the masked man.
Yeah, I knew it was the masked man. Come on, I know who the f that is.
Everyone knows. Yeah, everyone knows. Even what's his name is like, oh shit, that's. It's like, no, it's the masked man.
It's the masked man.
I don't know.
You don't know who that is.
Good times, but yeah. And then of course, the new class 7 members are actually like, as a party, they're pretty handy to have together, minus Muse, because I don't like her. And so yeah, that ended up being my permanent party for 4, and I was very sad because I wanted Elliot. He couldn't fit my baby.
I can't believe Elliot didn't make it over Masked Man.
Yeah, well,
things must happen, man. Things must happen.
Yes. Things do, in fact, happen.
Do things happen?
Things do.
Maybe things might happen. I don't know.
It's funny, if you ever do go and beat the game, you're gonna hear a rant about the final song of one of the endings, because it's just like, how dare you, Falcom! You lying sacks of shit! I hate you! But yeah. That's for probably never gonna happen discussion, because I get that it's like, it just keeps getting pushed further and further down.
Things... We'll see.
One day, maybe, or not. Who cares? We'll have fun, no matter what. And that's what matters.
Yeah.
So yes, this has been a very rambly, nonsensical, me bitching about Dragalia Lost Media podcast.
Yep.
You got to talk about WoW, that's fun, you know?
I did. I do like WoW.
Yeah.
That's why I don't play games.
Well, and that's the other reason why I don't want to play an MMO. It's like, I already have a hard enough time dealing with my backlog. I can't add an MMO to all that. That's not gonna work.
It's like, I can't like be in a relationship and have an MMO and paint and play like a heavy story long game. Like, come on.
Yeah, no, one of those things has got to go, and I don't think it's gonna be the relationship or painting.
Yeah.
Although, I have known people who, and it's like, oh no, that's a wrong priorities.
Don't do that,
Yeah, but I get it, sometimes that just be how it be, but I think we've been going for, what, just under an hour? Or
just under an hour, exactly, you got it.
Madness, absolute, utter madness. We'll plan things more next time, because Dragalia Lost won't get cancelled again, so I won't be able to spring a random topic on you.
Yeah, it was a spur of the moment kind of topic, kind of deal.
Yeah, I literally, right before we recorded, it's like, I want to talk about this, and you're like, I don't really have anything. I want to talk about it.
You can talk about WoW. Alright, I'll talk about WoW. I can talk about WoW. I can do that.
Talk about WoW Classic. Yay!
Yep. I got it.
And I'll bitch about how fucking mobile games vanish and that's it. They're gone forever.
Just bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
So long.
Bye.
Farewell.
Bye-bye.
I mean, I meant that bye-bye as in bye-bye digital media.
Oh, you weren't saying goodbye to the people. Oh, okay.
I know.
I was going to say, you guys in the comments, see, I'm doing a call to action. That's what professionals do.
I'm glad you're a professional, because I'm not.
Yeah, neither am I. In the comments, tell us a mobile game you enjoyed that they ripped away from you, or are planning to rip away from you soon, and you'll never get to play it again, and how that's sad. I know there was like a music mobile game that they recently shit-canned, and it's like, I knew people loved that game. I am amazed. And I think it's only the English version that got cancelled, but whatever.
Of course it is.
Like in Dragalia's case, I think it's everything. I think it all came out at the same time, so it was like, yeah, it's all going away. Yay.
But, so long, farewell. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah. But yeah, tell us about that. Tell us about anything, topics you want us to talk about. We probably won't, but...
That's a good disclaimer. I appreciate that one.
Look, we don't plan. We're professionals. Professionals don't plan. That's, exactly. But anyways, have a great day, everyone. Thank you for stopping by and listening with us ramble all the time, every time. Never ending. You can't get away.
Yep.
Bye. Bye.